welcome to my channel, Oracle Intuitions. My name is Catherine, and this is your weekly reading for October 30th to November 6th. We're taking a look into the energy of the mind, body, and spirit, as well as relationships, with a closing message from the universe. Please remember that these are general readings. They may not resonate with everyone, but I do recommend that you check out your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs as well. Also, Saturdays, 1 o'clock p.m., we go live. So we'll be doing mini readings on Saturdays at 1 o'clock Mountain Time. Thank you to everybody that was able to join in last week. And like I said, these are going to be mini readings. They're not going to be full readings. For those of you that are seeking a full reading, please see my links below. They lead to my website, my Instagram, and my Facebook page. You can also message me at any of those links in regards to any of the organites that you do see in my videos, as I do make all of these as well. And okay, let's get started, guys. Have an amazing week, many blessings, and happy Halloween to those that celebrate. Aquarius, welcome to your weekly reading for October 30th to November 6th. We're taking a look into the energies of the mind, body, and spirit, as well as relationships, with a closing message from the universe. Please remember that these are general readings, so they may not resonate with everyone. However, I do recommend that you check out your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs as well. All right, so let's take a look and see what is coming through for Leo this upcoming week. All right. We have time management. Place your priorities at the top of your to-do list and don't allow distractions to deter your focus. For the spirit, we have share your art with the world, or for the body, I'm sorry. It's time to allow others to enjoy your creative work. And for spirit, we have helping children. Part of your life purpose involves teaching, guiding, and helping young people. This might be a very clear message for some of those that are seeking a position in some way. Now, when we talk about helping children, this can also be, all right, that might be very specific for some of you, but I'm also getting here, maybe it's time to take a look at that inner child feeling. I do feel that time management coming up is very important for some of you. You might be feeling overwhelmed with some responsibilities. Maybe perhaps you're looking for a job. Maybe you're looking for a career. Maybe you're looking to expand yourself in some way. So it does feel as though that time management is playing a role. But we also have this share your art with the world. So these are like three really interesting energies that are coming through. They may blend, but they also may be taken very separately, as very separate messages that are coming through. When we have this share the art with the world, what I'm getting here, whether this is a creative project or perhaps maybe this is getting out your resume, or really looking for that career, or really expanding yourself in some way. I feel like for some of you, you might be holding back a little bit, not allowing yourself to really, if it's a matter of boosting your resume again, or maybe perhaps, in that cover letter, really expanding on who it is that you are and what you can bring towards a company. Maybe perhaps this has to do with a creative endeavor in some way. Are you an artist of some form? Are you a dancer? Are you a person who can get your work out there onto like social media? Maybe this is something that to take a look at. I do feel it's almost as though you're so busy worrying about other priorities, or maybe perhaps this has to do with, if you're worried about a relationship in some manner, you might be, squashing or putting your, other things, not making them a priority. It's almost like you have to make a priority what is important to you, what is truly important to you. Don't let yourself be distracted by other things. So this helping children, again, coming through. Why, if we're looking into the inner child, why are these playing a role? That might be something that you need to dig in and you need to take a look at. Why are you too scared to put your art out? Or why is it that you're holding back on who it is that you really are? Again, somehow expanding or allowing people to see, those projects that you're working on, or allowing people to see, the true sense of your resume, or again, cover letter, or maybe perhaps, maybe it's time to start sharing your art with others, all right, in some way. But again, I do feel it's almost as though you're it's almost as though you're focused in on something else instead of doing the things that are really going to make that step up or really bringing you to a new level in some way within either the art world or, some sort of career world. It almost feels like you're holding back. And that's where I feel like this is coming through. And again, this might be very relatable for some of you, where it is time to perhaps start working with children or helping children in some way. This even could be through volunteer work of some sort. But I am getting also is that you really need to take a look into that inner child energy. What is it about you that is holding you back? Are there things coming in from the past? Are there fears of some way, of some sort, or something that you're not allowing you to express yourself the way that you really want to, or the way that, spirit is asking you to? It's almost like allow yourself to shine, and it feels like you're holding yourself back to some degree. It almost feels like you're muting yourself for some reason, and it may be time to really take a look and dig out those fears, or to dig out what it is that, within some sort of element that you feel that you can't fully be yourself. All right, so let's get some clarifying cards and see what is coming through. I apologize that I sound a little, I guess, stuffy or something. Allergies are kicking in, so I just wanted to let you guys know that. And so you might hear, you can kind of tell it maybe perhaps in my voice or whatever, but yeah, it's allergy season here, so that's what we're dealing with at this time. All right, let's see what is coming through for Leo. Yeah, Six of Wands. You know what? Here's the interesting part. I feel like you would be very successful if you started really putting yourself out there. It almost feels like, again, whether it's, creative of some sort, maybe perhaps, really working on that resume, whatever it is, whatever aspect it falls within your life, it almost feels like you've done that battle already. You've done this battle of clearing out that inner child, or perhaps once you clear out that inner child energy, release some of those fears, you are going to be very successful in moving forward. I'm also getting here with that time management is once you really set your priorities, really set yourself up in some sort of schedule, or maybe perhaps you're in this place where you're just so busy that you feel like you're always, like I don't have time for myself, or I don't have time for these creative endeavors in some way. But once you're able to set maybe perhaps a schedule or start working on planning of some way, you're going to really notice those differences. It's time to really move forward. It's time to let go of that Five of Wands energy, where it's almost a battle perhaps within yourself, or even perhaps with others, trying to sort out your time management. It's time now to focus on this and move forward. Yeah, we have the Hierophant. So for some of you, this might even have to do with family in some way, that there is some sort of inner child healing that needs to happen, perhaps even something that brought about a sense of sadness or a sense of feeling discouraged, all right? But what I'm also receiving here with that Hierophant, it almost feels as though, it's almost like the sense of pride coming through. It's really interesting, especially with that Leo energy. It almost feels like a sense of pride, like you're almost scared to put yourself out in some way towards a group, or it feels as though you're holding back, or it almost feels just like I feel safe in one area, but I don't feel safe in the other area. And it feels as though you got to take those talents from that one area and allow yourself to really expand in another. Okay, it's almost as like I can do this, but I don't feel comfortable completely doing that at this moment. So Spirit wants you to take a look inside. What is it about that is holding you back? For some of you, this even could have to do with some sort of group activities, maybe some sort of traditional, maybe church groups, or maybe expanding your spirituality. I do feel that for some of you, that is possibly the thing that is going on too. Why are you holding back on expanding your spirituality? Or why are you holding back on, allowing yourself to really receive the messages? For some of you, this may have to do with some sort of traditional beliefs, okay? And again, those beliefs could come from family. They could just be, becoming coming through from your perception on things. It almost feels as though if I really start talking about what it is, that I'm feeling inside, or the messages that are coming through, or talking about spirituality in some way, maybe perhaps some of you are very intuitive or very psychic or have those mediumship skills, but you may be scared of that this is against some sort of traditional sense, whether within a church or perhaps even, within family. How is it going to be perceived? And that's what Spirit is asking you to do, is start to share those gifts, start to share your art, start to share your talent in some manner. We also have that Six of Pentacles coming through. This is really, it's interesting because we have this helping children. We also have the Six of Pentacles. I feel like for some of you, this even could have to do with maybe possibly some volunteer work. This could have to do with just allowing yourself to give and take, or perhaps a shared energy towards some sort of project, or again, some sort of talent that you may have within you. If you're really good with kids, maybe this is the time to start expanding towards that. And again, that message may not be for everybody. It may not resonate with everybody, but take it as it does resonate with you, all right? But that Six of Pentacles can also talk about sometimes that unbalance in between energies. Are you giving too much and not receiving? Or are you allowing yourself to receive, but you're not giving back? So this can sometimes talk about charitable events, all right? Do you need to, expand on your charity? Do you need to maybe perhaps put some more time management into your charity? All right. If you're a giver and you're giving, but you're not getting the projects that have priorities, you're not really going to be of help, because what we're going to end up doing is draining our energy, and we're not going to allow ourselves to give to ourselves at the same time. So Spirit is asking you to just take a look and again, see how it applies within your life. We have that Ten of Swords. It's time to end something. I feel like this is a time to end those fears. This could even possibly have to do with a relationship in some way. This could have to do with a job or a career, whereas you're ending something in order to move forward. It's interesting because it does come under that share your art with the world. For some of you, this could have to do is, are you not allowing yourself to really follow your talents and put that out in the world because of some sort of traditional job? All right. Is that traditional job taking up that time management, but your heart's just not into that job? Maybe, yes, Spirit is saying, look, we understand it pays the bills, but at the same time, maybe find a way to also really expand this art. What is your priority? Where is that priority coming through? If you have that talent, now is possibly the time to start really sharing it with the world. It doesn't mean, quit your job and just go full blown on something that's not going to bring in an income. Again, we have that balance coming through, right? The Six of Pentacles, sharing, but yet receiving. So what I'm getting here is, but maybe, work out your time management so you can start really putting your energy or your work towards this. All right. It's time to start ending hanging on to those fears. Time to start ending hanging on to things that are keeping you stagnated in some way. We have that Queen of Swords coming through. So this could have to do with an Aquarius. It also could have to do with an air sign of some way. But that Queen of Swords energy is very much a cutting to the point. All right. She's very honest. She can be very diplomatic. She stands up for herself. She doesn't put up with any drama. And I do feel that might be an energy that you need to draw through. Maybe this is also taking wisdom from some sort of Aquarius or some sort of air sign. But what I'm feeling is almost adapting the persona to some degree. Okay. Leo has that passion and fire energy. And again, you have this beautiful energy where you're trying to put yourself out there as much as possible, but perhaps you're also not allowing yourself to receive. That Queen of Swords, she doesn't get into dramatic situations. She doesn't get into situations where she's going to take from herself. She's very much self-focused to some degree, which does not mean egotistical, but it is also that she is looking into her own energy and seeing what resonates with her. She doesn't allow energy to come through that is going to, waste her time. She's not going to allow energy that is going to put her into that place of feeling stagnated, because she's just going to move forward. She doesn't involve herself with, dramatic events or dramatic people. And we have that Seven of Cups. Yeah, time to choose. It almost like when the Seven of Cups comes through, all right, this is really about choosing where your heart is. What is it that you really want to do? Follow the path of your heart. And it feels like for some of you, again, you might not be feeling that actual path. You might be in that like 9 to 5 type of situation, but that's not really where your heart is. Maybe perhaps you're in a relationship of some way, but it's not really giving to you at this time either. And it really says here, follow your heart, choose the path that is going to be good for you, but follow that intuition as well and allow yourself to move forward. I do feel like for some of you, you might have that weight on your shoulders in regards to possible financial situations, maybe perhaps in regards to a relationship in some way. It almost feels like you're burdening yourself. You have too much pressure. You have too much energy on yourself, perhaps coming in again from other responsibilities or for other people or from other people. And it feels as though you need to start letting it go. That Ten of Swords energy coming through. Allow yourself to release some of the things that no longer belong to you. Maybe ask for help in some way and lighten that load. We also have that Hermit. It might be time to go into yourself, okay? When that Hermit comes through, we sometimes don't get the full picture of what is happening. He does show us step by step as we allow ourselves to release, let go, and really look into ourselves. And I feel like with this Hermit, take off some of those burdens by looking into where your heart is, what your heart desires. This doesn't need to be an overnight situation. This can be, one of those situations that, as you're growing, as you're taking step by step, new paths are going to start opening up. You're going to start seeing more. You're going to start allowing more of your own beautiful personal aspects to start shining through. And that's what that Hermit can represent. We also have that star energy. Again, this is like an Aquarius energy. So for some of you that might have to do, with something personal within your life. But with that star energy, it's about time, have that hope, have that faith. New things are on the horizon. New things are trying to come through. New things are being developed. But it's up to you to start blending that energy to make it happen. Again, really talking about that time management. Start blending what you can let go of as to what it is that you want to achieve and accomplish. But, maybe this is about organization. Maybe you just need to organize better or plan better, or maybe have some sort of schedule that you're going to stay to in order to allow these dreams and creations to present themselves. All right. So let's take a look into relationships and see what is coming forth. So with relationships, we are going to be pulling 3 of the Oracle of Mermaid cards, as well as 3 of the Arcanum Tarot. And remember that relationships do not need to be romantic. They can be friends, family, and co-workers. Please take them as they resonate for you. All right. Energy for Leos. In regards to relationships for this upcoming week, we have first card. Yeah, the return of Aphrodite. Temple, birth of the goddess, guidance, goddess energy, and treating as sacred. I feel like this is very much almost like a Leo type of energy. It's time to start treating yourself as that Aphrodite. It's time to start treating yourself as that god or goddess. This doesn't need to be just feminine based, okay? It feels again as though you might be putting your priorities or your time management, or perhaps you're paying more attention to the needs or the wants of others as opposed to the needs and wants of yourself. It's time to put yourself in that temple, be that goddess or that god that you are to be. It's time to expand your qualities and time to expand, your beautiful self. Okay, I couldn't come up with the right word, but what I'm getting here is it's really time to start presenting yourself to the world, especially if you're seeking a relationship. It's like, allow people to see who you really are. You don't need to be in some sort of reserved energy or holding back energy. Allow yourself to really show that Aphrodite or again, that God, goddess that you are within you. This even could be talking about, vulnerability to some degree. Again, not holding back, not worrying about how that other person is perceiving you. Be you. This is what I'm getting. Just be you. And we have sanctuary, privacy, inviolate personal space, respected boundaries, and taboos. It's interesting because we also had that Hermit card, but I do feel that for some of you, this private time or time alone or going into that Hermit energy is going to make a dramatic difference. Again, instead of putting that off and wasting time, I don't want to say completely wasting time, but it's almost like you're not putting that priority into yourself, okay? So it might be time to go into yourself and really look and pull out these God or goddess qualities. Okay, what is it about you that you can start presenting to the world? What is it about you that you can start showing your true self? What is it about you, are you holding back on in some way and not being who you truly are? And we have Yamuna, grandmother, ocean, and primordial. So this is, again, very much about ancestral ties in some way. This doesn't need to be completely ancestral. This could have to do with past lives. It could have to do with past, your own past. But is there something that we're going back on and we're hanging on to instead of releasing? Do we have some sort of fear about moving forward? Are we being told by others that we have to be a particular way or a particular person? Or maybe we're scared that people won't accept us for who we truly are because of past energy. All right. If we're in a family, let's just say, or an ancestral situation where people were very reserved, they're not opening up, they kind of, they don't allow their true selves to come forward, that can really play into our current lives. All right. And as much as we want to open up, we still have sometimes that fear. Well, I don't know how my family's going to take it. Maybe they'll laugh at me. Maybe this, maybe that. Here's the thing. That's not you. That's them. And that is their perception, and that is something that they have to deal with. I'm also getting here, this could have to do with relationships. Were you in a place where relationships weren't particularly working out? Or did you come from a family where there was, situations or issues within relationships? Is that what you're hanging on to? And again, going in and healing that inner child. What I'm getting here is that for some of you, it's like you just need to really come into yourself in order for that relationship to develop fully, whether you're in a current relationship or perhaps, this is a relationship that you're seeking. And again, it doesn't need to be romantic. It almost feels like allow yourself to be you. All right, because I feel some holding back for some of you. Even if that holding back is just more of a recent thing, or whether this is something that you've adapted over time, maybe perhaps that's just a place that you feel comfortable in. But I do feel that it's time to really open up, show who you are, and really express yourself. Walk with that Leo pride. All right. Leos are very prideful, right? And that might be also why we're holding back on some energy. But I feel like it's time for the world to see who you are. Start finding ways to present this in some manner. And again, I feel like as you're going through that process, you'll start to notice the differences within changes of relationships, because people are going to not be scared to approach you. All right. Sometimes Leos can have that very beautiful energy, right? Inside and out. And it can be sometimes intimidating. So that doesn't mean not to be yourself. It's saying the opposite, but maybe adapt a slightly different and more open approach to something. When people see others in a place of vulnerability, or in a place where they're really being themselves without fear of, some sort of repercussion from others, it really presents a more beautiful nature. So we have that Four of Cups. Yeah, again, not allowing yourself. It almost feels as though For some of you, you may have felt like you've missed opportunities, or maybe perhaps you're hanging on to some sort of energy of, this didn't work out, maybe because of myself, or maybe perhaps other people, whatever it is. But that Aphrodite energy is really coming through here. So what I'm getting here is, again, time to express yourself, time to come into your own true and genuine, who you are, right? That Leo passionate energy. Don't hold back. All right, this is about holding back, not paying attention, missing those opportunities, focusing on your areas in ways that are not important. She's focusing in on these 3 cups, which are, they're not really doing anything. This cup here, is trying to get her attention, but she's not paying attention to it. So what is it in your life that is trying to come through, but you're not paying attention to? Because I do feel that might be possibly an energy that is going to be really beneficial. Again, this even could have to do with a particular person, or allowing yourself to express who you are. We have that 8 of Pentacles. I do feel that for some of you, you might be very involved in work. It's interesting that 8 of Pentacles can also talk about apprentice training, or starting something new, like a new project, and working diligently towards that. So it's interesting that it's coming under that sanctuary, because I do feel like this is the time to go into yourself and really work on who it is that you are. What is it that you want to be able to present outwardly? What is it that you want to be able to let go of inwardly? And look at that. That 2 of Cups. I think that you're going to find, so this 2 of Cups is all about love. It's all about, that unconditional relationships, unconditional, like I said, love. But this is about a partnership as well. So maybe, there is a partnership that wants to come through. Maybe perhaps this is a current partnership, whatever it is. But again, it's going into yourself and really allowing this energy. It's interesting because that 2 of Cups, I really feel like for some of you, there is this relationship that is on the cusp, whether this is within a current person or possibly a future energy. But again, there might be this being scared to approach you. This might be this energy of, well, I don't know if she'll have time for me. I don't know if this, is going to be a priority for this person, or maybe perhaps they just need to see who you are, or that true self of who you are, and allow it to flow through. Because I do feel like this person might be very, very attracted to you. However, they might be scared of approaching you for that long-term commitment. Or again, if this is within a current partnership, don't allow anybody to hold you back. Don't allow anybody to, stifle your energy, stifle those beautiful qualities that you carry inside. All right. Oops. Sorry, bird. Okay. Let's get a closing message from the universe and see what is coming through. So closing messages from the universe for Leo for October 30th to November 6th. Oops. All right, closing energies for Leo. I am just being Miss Slippery Hands today. There we go. All right, energies that, forethought, 4 swords. Spend time in nature listening for guidance from your angels and your own inner voice, because overanalyzing the situation won't provide the answers you're seeking. Consider a vacation or a small break to help you rejuvenate and become clear on what your next step should be. Meditation can be very helpful. So this may resonate with some of you in regards to like overanalyzing. But what I'm also getting here is going into like that hermit energy. This 4 of swords is coming through. It's really talking about going inwards. Don't analyze. Just, the more that you're thinking of it, it's like clearing your mind, okay? Clearing your mind, but also allowing those messages to come through. It's like going into that hermit mode and allowing that next step to be shown, or each step after that. We have the 9 of action, 9 of wands. You've worked hard to create the things you cherish in your life, such as a beloved relationship, amazing accomplishments, and earth and home. Rest assured that all of these treasures and you are being constantly protected by your angels. In return, Mother Earth, the animals, and the environment need your protection. So when that 9 of action comes through, this is that 9 of wands energy. And I did feel some defensive energy, remember, about, going into the vulnerability, allowing yourself to truly show who it is. I feel as though, Spirit is asking you to show who you are. Allow this beauty to come through. Let down those defenses, okay? You are being protected. And you're getting this message for a reason, because it is time to start expressing yourself. It is time to start showing that true beauty inwards. And again, we did have that energy of helping children. So this could have to do with, maybe perhaps some sort of charity work, or some sort of energy where, we're putting out more than we are receiving. And that might resonate for some of you. Or maybe perhaps it's time, again, to go into that inner self and really, or that inner child energy, and really clear out what needs to be cleared. All right. So I hope that this has resonated with you, Leo. If this reading has resonated with you, please click like, please share my videos, and please subscribe to my channel. I hope to see you 1 o'clock Saturday, and have 1 o'clock Mountain Time for live. Have an amazing week. Many blessings.